Hi there. My name is Nicholas Ziefelt, and I teach 5th grade here at Live Oak Elementary. I started teaching here in 2007 when the school opened, and recently I had the opportunity to travel to Columbia University in New York City for a conference and training in the Readers and Writers workshop, specifically on how to implement and integrate content study in social studies and science into our Readers and Writers workshops. I was hoping that just for a moment I could barge into your meeting and share kind of my experiences in New York with you, and kind of share what I learned about while I was there. So the neat thing about this conference was that it was being put on by the very people who actually created the program, the reading and writing program that we use at Live Oak. We got to actually take a class by the Lucy Calkins, this lady that is her name is on all like the textbooks that we use to learn how to teach reading and writing here at Live Oak Elementary. On a weird level, you couldn't almost help but feel a little bit starstruck to be right there in her presence and actually hear her talk in person as opposed to watching a DVD with her on it. So while we were there, we worked in small groups with other teachers from across the United States. We took kind of big theory lectures on how to integrate content area study in reading and writing. And you know, the big thing that I think I took away from it was that when we immerse students in a content area like social studies, like in my class right now, we just finished studying ancient explorers in like the 15th and 16th century. When we really immerse kids in their studies of these concepts, and when we integrate that with reading and writing, they can actually learn a whole bunch. In my opinion, and what I'm finding is way more than just reading a textbook. And the kind of cool thing, the exciting thing as a teacher is that they actually enjoy it. You know, that's kind of like the kicker, the deal sealer for me. So when I got back from the conference, I was trying to think how can I immediately implement this in my classroom right now. Like I said earlier, we just finished a unit on ancient explorers, and I thought that this would be an excellent way to take this idea of the explorers and try to get our kids to imagine what would it actually be like to be a deckhand on the ship of Ferdinand Magellan or Juan Ponce de Leon. So we kind of dove in head first, and the kids, I mean, instantly it was just obvious how fired up that they got. So I wanted to share something that one of my students made. She let's see here. She has first step that we did was we created a character. In this case, she created Catherine Smith. Catherine Smith is a deckhand. She's a 12-year-old female, a deckhand on the ship of Hernan Cortez. And this is the very beginnings of a journal that she's writing about what it would be like to be a deckhand on the ship that was sailing so long ago. So let me just share this with you and then we can talk about it a little bit. This comes from January 6th, 1661. She says, "Today was like any other day aboard Hernan Cortez's painful ship. It has been 3 months, but we still haven't reached Aztec. Today I was beaten for taking a small rest during my caulking job. I do not understand why they would assign a child to this job. I have to rip ropes apart, dip them in oil, and then stuff them in the cracks of the ship to make it waterproof. I got 12 lashes for taking a rest because I couldn't feel my hands. The food is killing me. The only reason that I went on this painful journey was to get money for my family. We are very poor back home. I do not know if they will ever appreciate this or not. I just hope to make it home. And when I'm reading that, I'm feeling so much, like emotion in her writing, and I see so much empathy for a character that hasn't really ever existed. She's using, content area vocabulary. She's learning about jobs that do not exist anymore today, but make a lot of sense why they existed back then in that time period. I just see this as such a nice way to wrap up a content area study and really even put them deeper into it than ever before. So before I go, I want to express my gratitude for the opportunity of going out to New York. As a public education teacher, I realize how unique and valuable an opportunity this is, and I want to sincerely say thank you and tell you that it's an investment. Professional development like this is expensive, but it's an investment that pays off, and it pays off instantly, and it's a payoff that will last me throughout my teaching career. My students are benefiting from this right now, the day I got back. I'm benefiting from this. I'm motivated. I'm enjoying my job. I just want you guys to know that it is appreciated, and I encourage you to, keep up this kind of great work, because this is really what makes Live Oak Elementary a unique, successful school that really prepares our kids for life in the modern era. So my sincerest thank yous. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. I learned so much. I had a blast in New York, and I just wanted that to be known. So thank you.